Okay, so yesterday so we have to go actually in PowerShell. Okay, and before that we have to actually install the AWS CLI that I had installed in front of you yesterday. So for that, just go on Google, type this AWS CLI download. Okay, come here. And you have to go on CLI install and updated instructions. Click on Windows and click this download link, and you will be started to download the CLI. Just install this as per normal softwares, and then it will be good to go. Once you have installed the CLI, okay, once you have installed the CLI, just restart your PowerShell and type AWS version to verify whether your connection is successful or not. Okay, then press enter. You will get the AWS CLI version listed here with the Python version. So this is actually here actually I got confused yesterday. This Python version that we see here is supporting the CLI. It is not installed in our machines. Okay, so we have to go and download Python also. Download Python. Just come on the Python's official website. Just make sure you are on the official website, www.python.org. Just click here and download the latest version. Install this as per the.
Is somebody speaking, because I cannot able to hear?
I am speaking, Bhaskar. Can you hear me?
Hello?
Rama, Vasha, I hope you guys can hear me.
No, I cannot able to hear your voice, Jalas.
I can hear you, Jalas.
Wait, let me
Yeah, just
rejoin.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to restart your system if it is continuously is on for weeks long. So that time microphone maybe sometimes it won't work. Restart the system and join.
Yeah, let's see. We just rejoin. Bhaskar, is it okay?
Yeah, now it's okay. Yeah, thank you.
So I was saying that we have to download AWS CLI. For that, I have passed on the link and then verify its version, that if it is installed or not. Open the PowerShell and type AWS version. Once you do that, you will be able to see your CLI version and the Python version that is came with the CLI. Okay. Then we have to download Python also. Just come on the Python official website and click on download here and install this as we download or install normal softwares. Okay, just like that, install. Once you install this, come here and type Python version. Just to make sure your installation was successful, you have to restart the PowerShell. You will be seeing the Python version listed here. Once your Python is installed, you have to fire this command. Boto 3. Okay, once you say pip install Boto 3, okay, just say pip install Boto 3. For me, it's already installed because I verified my connections today. So once you click on this, you will see a requirement already satisfied for mine. But for you, it will download and install some Boto 3 softwares for you. Make sure you are connected to internet. Okay. Once your AWS CLI, Python, and Boto 3 is ready, you have to fire a command. Okay. Now it's like we have all the necessary softwares and packages installed on our machine. And now we would like to connect this machine with our AWS account. To do so, you have to fire this command AWS configure. It's going to type it out and paste it for you. Just type AWS configure. Now we have to go and log in into our AWS account. So Bhaskar, actually, this we are actually connecting. I'm going to do a demo of Amazon Kinesis. Okay. For that, we have to use our laptops as a producer and a consumer because we have no IoT machines with us. So
Okay.
for that, I'm doing some setups here, and this is the process for that. So here, actually, we have to come and go on IAM console. Now, basically, you have two ways. Okay, either you have manage access keys for your root user account. You can go ahead and create access keys for your root user. That is by default your email ID and password. You maybe can come here and click create access key, then click on download. Another way is you come on users. You create a user. Okay, click on add user and say AWS CLI full access. Okay, something like this you give it. Okay, we no need to give management console and password because we want a programmatic user. Click on next. Click on next and then just create this user. Once this user is created like this one, come on here in the add permission section, say add permissions. Okay, and say attach policies directly, and I would like you to give administrator access to this user. Okay, you can actually go ahead and configure specific functions also, maybe a Kinesis full access, S3 full access, and like that. But the easy way is we give complete full access to it account. Okay, just use this administrator access and assign it. Click on next and add this permissions. Once your permissions are done, you have to come and click on security credentials. This process we have already done quite a few times, creating user and assigning them the roles. Then click on access key and click on this create access key. So just drag it down a bit more. Click on create access keys. Okay, any button is actually fine. Click on create access key and just choose other here. No need to specify that why we are going to use this access keys, and click on next. Just type some value here, my access or something, anything will actually work. Click on create access key. This will create an access key for you and you can download this file. Make sure you download this file or you save it, like you can click on show and keep this copy, keep this secret key in some notepad or something like that. Because once you click on done or once you come out of this page or this access secret key will not be available to us. So make sure you download this file. Okay, once you have got the access keys, maybe from the root user or from the user that we have created with administrator access, any one is fine. These are optional steps. 1 out of 2 we have to perform. Okay, so all we need is one pair of access key and secret key with complete access to our account. Then come here on PowerShell and press enter to this command AWS configure. Once you place this configure, you have to say access key ID. Okay, I'm going to use my root user. This is my access key for this. Copy this and paste it here. Then it will ask for secret access key. Copy secret access key. Paste it here. And like my default region name is AP South 1. When it asks, it will ask to you region name. You have to say AP-South-1, something like this. Anything is actually you can choose a different region also, but I will say use Mumbai only. For US guys, please choose region closer to your physical location. Okay, just say AP South 1. Press enter. Output format JSON is fine. Just type and press enter. Then it will be done. To verify whether your PowerShell is connected to your AWS or not, you can type this command AWS S3 ls. This means we want to list all the S3 buckets that we have in our account. Okay. Press enter. So you can see these are all the buckets that have been generally work with my accounts, and you have seen these buckets. Okay, these are the buckets that are listed in my account. So this is the complete process to connect your PowerShell with your AWS account using AWS CLI, Boto3, and Python. We may not have used Python right now, but we will use Python also and Boto3 also. So yes, if you have any questions, please do let me know. Any questions in this process, or is it clear?
Yeah, fine.
Okay, maybe you can watch the recordings if you miss some steps. Okay. Now what we are doing today is we are going to look into this code, which is main.py. Okay, let me actually hide or remove another codes. Okay, so we have this function called main.py, and we also have this order generated.py.
Jalaj, can you just zoom it, please? It's hardly able to see.
Can you please come again?
Can you please zoom it, because it's very small. We are unable to see that.
Are you on the full screen of your Skype?
Yes, yeah.
Then I don't know how to zoom in this code. Maybe I can remove this, but not sure how to zoom on the. I don't know how to zoom on Notepad also. Do we have any features such as zooming?
Okay, that's okay. Yeah.
Let me think of something. Oh, zooming, I think it's not possible on Notepad also, no?
It is there in setting style config.
How do I zoom in? What?
Les, are you using Edge or
Come
Chrome?
again?
Are you using Edge or Chrome?
I'm having Chrome, but this is I'm not having this code on my Chrome or something like that now. I'm having this code in my Visual Studio.
Oh, okay.
So for now, I'm using this is my Edge. I know I can zoom this out from here, but not going to help because we have code on Visual Studio Code.
Okay.
I don't know how to zoom it. It says zoom 100% is there.
Just, yeah.
Zoom, zoom in, control. Enter.
Yeah.
Let me try same on the Notepad++. Doesn't work. Notepad is fine then. Okay. So this is a code. Okay. Right now we are going to use my laptop as a producer also and a sender also, and we are going to send some random generated records to our AWS Kinesis stream And for today's demo, we are just going to fetch that from another consumer Kinesis code. Okay. Maybe in next Monday onwards, I am going to show you Firehose, where we are going to transform these records, and analytics, where we are going to kind of analyze these records. Okay. So in this code, this is my code for main function. Yes. And here, basically, I'm just what I'm doing. I'm some, importing some libraries, and then putting some configuration, or logging some configuration, some putting it, the format of timestamp, date format, and label of logging. I'm just making it to logging.info. Okay, and all these logs are going to be put into producer.log like that. So just some basic logging info I'm changing. It is a kind of optional thing. If you want, you can do it. Otherwise, it has no relation to this demo or this code. Okay. Then if I come down, what I'm doing here, I'm simply printing a message that started to predict placing records or put record producer, and I accept an argument from my command line tool. So I'm going to execute this code from my Python, my PowerShell, and there I'm going to pass on my stream name. Okay, I'm going to pass on my stream name from argument window. Then we need, like as we create clients for our IAM, S3, and some other tools, we are creating client for our Kinesis services, because today we are going to connect with Kinesis services. Okay, and then I'm creating a while loop. Okay, and while true means it's basically an infinite loop, because I'm not making it a false anywhere. So this means unless I go ahead and cancel this code manually, this code is going to keep running and executing infinitely till I go and interrupt it manually. In this code, what we are doing here is the actual process starts from here. We are going to generate some fake order data. Okay, just we are going to simulate that we are an e-commerce website and we are generating some orders online, and for that we are going to simulate this fake order data, and for that I am calling my function make order. Okay, and if you see this on the top of my code, I think if you just see it here, I am importing order generator from from this order generator file. I am importing make order, nothing but if I come on my this VS code, in the same folder where I have stored my main.py, I also do have order generator.py. So I'm just going to copy this code also and click on plus. Okay, just remember this code is also in the same folder. That's why I was able to import it like this from my file order generator. I'm importing make order functions. Okay, like this actually we can import functions. So if I have this function called make order, this is what I'm importing in my main function. If I have some other functions like get order, create order, I could have imported those also. So in this function, I am just using importing random, okay, and importing tuple. Basically, I'm just defining a product tuple and some products I have defined, some hard-coded products in the tuple format I have defined. Okay, basically I have just defined the products a tuple. It's going to be in this format. Okay, then I am defining some products here. Same way I am defining a list for my seller IDs. And same way I am defining my list for customer IDs. So basically using this tuple list, I am going to generate some random orders. So in this function called make order, okay, I am going to apply a for loop. Okay, I'm going to apply a for loop just to pick a random choice of available products. Okay, and from that available products, I'm removing the product just to so make sure that I'm not taking a product again and again, same product. That's why I'm removing like it's like once I pick some product from my available products, which is mentioned above. Okay, I'm simply removing that product to make sure that same order is not getting repeated here. See, do not get confused here. This code, you don't need to understand or memorize this code. This is simply a code to randomly generate orders. Basically, I'm going to randomly pick a seller ID, randomly pick a customer ID, and randomly pick some order details, some quantity from those orders, and going to create my order items. Okay, and define the final order details. So my final order is going to have my customer ID, seller ID, order ID, and order items. And all these things I am going to pick using this for loop and this picking of the product using random choice. Okay, from my list and tuples that I've defined earlier. So maybe in real-time projects you will not see some random codes like this, but here we have no IoT machines and something like those or and simulator. So that's why I'm creating my own kind of a order history kind of that thing. Okay, so just focus on the main goal, that our role is to create a random order generator, and we want to send these orders to our Kinesis stream. Not necessarily we create random orders or we create orders only. We could have sent any data to our Kinesis stream and pick that up. Okay, so what I'm trying to say here is, instead of making order and sending those orders to our Kinesis stream, like if you see here, I'm again on my main code. I am picking make order and then I am just using kinesis.put record. Okay, if you remember, I have told you we have two APIs, put record API and put records API, and we are using put record API. Okay, so if you see here, I am simply placing my single put record to my stream, that is a stream name I'm going to create, and I'm simply passing this data, which is my order data, encoding it with ETF8 encoding. Again, this is not necessary to do it. Okay, just making sure it's a ETF8 format. And partition key, I'm making my order ID is a partition key. So this data that I'm sending here in a put record API, okay, this can be any data of your choice. You can send same data, you can send random data, you can send order data, employee data, any data that you want, you can pick and send it. For this demo today, I choose to create some random orders and send those random orders one by one to our cases streams. So actually, I'm going to wait, take a pause here before moving ahead. And if you have any questions about this process or about this code, please let me know. And again, I'm repeating, no need to memorize this code. This code and this simulator is just for demonstration purpose. You might have different ways and different approaches. Something that you should focus is on Kinesis put records things and Kinesis get records things. Yes, please.
So when you run this randomly, the order and that supplier details will be picked up, and it will create a continuous flow insert in particular table or something.
Yes, exactly. It will continuously flowing the results into our Kinesis streams.
Okay, right.
So any questions from any one of you? Maybe in the copy order or this process. Okay. Yes.
So that logging info, produced record response sequence number to shared with shared ID. So what does it mean, Jalesh?
This is basically like you can say print also.
Okay.
So this logger is a, library that can help you log some infos and details, and it's a print. Like you will see this message in my when I execute this code, you will see this message that which record and which order has been printed or not printed, generated and shared to your Kinesis streams. And in case if we found any errors, we are going to print the error also like this.
Okay. So whatever we are doing, everything on real time, so should be writing this all these scripts. So this doesn't have any GUI interface or something.
See, uh, when we talk about producers, we go ahead and write such scripts, okay, such Kinesis scripts, okay,
Mm-hmm.
scripts, and then we execute these scripts from the producers, and this starts sending the records on our Kinesis data streams. Kinesis data streams is a kind of a GUI you can say where we can set up. I'm going to do it right now and set up and just install that. And then we have to write some consumer codes. Consumer can be running on your EC2 machines. It can be your Lambda function. Today we are going to see the example of a machine that is my laptop. We are not going to launch EC2 machines just to waste, So we are just
Okay.
going to use my laptop. And in next example, I'm going to see you how we can use Lambda as a consumer. So see, this idea behind live data processing, something is or something or some machine or someone is sending some records, okay, and someone wants to collect that, and these two guys are placed differently in this world. Maybe today that the demo that we are doing is sending from my laptop only and receiving from my laptop only, so you might not get that huge
Feel, yeah.
practical scenario. Yes, please.
No, 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 nothing.
Okay. But actually, in real time, it's like if I just talk about the real time use cases, it is the IoT machines that are there in our houses, something like Amazon Alexa, IoT fans. We have nowadays ACs, smart TVs. Those could be a good example. We could have machines, maybe some cars, like luxury car brands nowadays use these live data processing to track their vehicles, whether they are performing good, what is the tire pressure, what is the engine is doing, how much, how gear is working. Like all those actually small functionalities are captured in a real time. So these kind of codes are embedded and deployed on those machines, and those machines sends records to our streams, and then we collect that and process that for maybe for storage purpose only, maybe for dashboarding, maybe for analytical like that. So that is actually those are the actual real use cases. Today we are just doing a demo. We are just seeing how it works. I hope it is making more sense now. Or if you still have any questions, please feel free to ask.
Yeah. Okay, Jalesh. Yeah.
Okay, so we have seen our code. Okay, we have seen our code, and we have seen that how we are going to generate some random records. Okay, we are just returning order from this order we are going to return. Just going to have a customer ID, seller ID, order ID, and order items. So let's see this how to set it up. We have to go on Kinesis. Okay, and then we have to go on Kinesis data streams. Click on create data stream, and I am going to name it Kinesis demo. This Kinesis, even for free accounts, is not completely free. So once you create this Kinesis data stream, please go ahead and terminate this once you are done. Not so heavy costly. It might charge you a few cents only. But once you are done with your demo, please go ahead and delete this. It's actually charging around 0.14. It's like 14 cents per hour. It's going to charge you. So if you use it for 1 or 2 hours, it's like 30-40 Indian rupees you are going to use. But if you keep it open for days, then obviously it's going to cost you a bit more. So just a precautionary warning, once you do your demo, please go ahead and terminate this. Capacity mode, we are fine with on-demand capacity mode, or maybe we can go and use provisioned also. Just use one shard if you want to use provisioned. Actually, provisioned is a better option. No need to use on-demand. Just provision one shard. Okay, one shard is more than enough for our demo. It can actually write 1000 records per second, and it can read almost 2000 records per second or 2 MB per second. So that is more than enough. Then we are going to use default settings here. These actually, once we create this stream, we can go ahead and edit these things. Okay. So basically, as I have already given you details about this. Capacity we have used provisioned. Shards we have 1. Retention period is 1 day. That means any data that I'm going to send to my stream is going to reside there for 1 day. After 1 day, if no consumer use that, it's going to get deleted. We are not using any encryption or monitoring enhanced metrics. Okay, just simply create this data stream. Might take a few seconds. Okay, once your stream is set it up, I am going to come here. And if you see in the main.py, actually there's a one place where I'm saying time.sleep is 0.1 milliseconds basically, and I would like to make it 2 seconds. Okay, simply use 2 here, save this, because I would like to, if I use 0.1 seconds, very fast it's going to generate the records. If you use 2 seconds, then you will be, somewhat our eyes will be able to capture that it is generating some records. Once this code is done, you have saved your codes, or you have created your stream, and you have configured your AWS CLI using PowerShell. We have two options. Either you can just go inside that library. Where is that? D drive for me, training codes, Kinesis folder. Just move inside this folder. That is actually an easy option. Okay, and type Python. Then just type M and press tab. You will get main.py. Put a space here and type the name of the stream that we have created. It's a Kinesis -demo. Maybe I can paste this and press enter here. Now you can see in every 2 seconds it will generate a record for us. It is simply picking some random customer IDs from our set that we have provided, and simply picking some random seller IDs, and basically it's creating a complete order details in every 2 seconds. And these details are actually going to our Kinesis data stream. Okay, if I do not put this point 2 here, it's going to generate very, very faster that our eyes won't be able to capture these things. Okay, this is the reason why I made it 2, because now we can actually see that we are able to, somewhat read these things and understand that, yeah, some kind of order details we are getting created. We have some customer IDs here, seller IDs here, order IDs getting generated randomly. Then we have order details like how many products we have purchased and what is the price of those products. So somewhat we can read these details. If you want more readable, we might go ahead and make it 30 seconds and something like that. So in every 30 seconds, you will get some records in your Kinesis data streams. And this is just the sending part of this. So maybe I can go ahead and use a different PowerShell. Okay. And here also, again, I will go to Kinesis codes. And this time I'm going to say Python. Instead of main, I'm going to call, instead of main.py, I'm going to execute get main.py. And again, I have to pass the same Kinesis stream demo. Okay, Kinesis stream name. So on this window of mine, see right now it's a bit it might be a bit confusing because I am sending the records from the same laptop and receiving those in the same laptop, but I am receiving this via a channel, and that channel is Kinesis Streams. If I provide this code to you, Bhaskar, who is in US, if he executes this code and if I run get main.py, I will be able to get these records in the same time frame. And that is the capability of Kinesis data streams, that they can provide or send the records or send the data from your producers to your consumers within millisecond response. Okay, that is the capability of Kinesis streams. If I enter this here, you can see I had some buffer. That's why it read all those records in a second. And now it will read, as and when it generates the record, it's going to read that record here. So this is one of the demos of Kinesis data streams. If you have any questions, doubts, any issues, please let me know.
So here we are seeing like an Python IDE, right? I mean, like, so do we got something on table relational wise?
Table in the sense?
I mean, uh, receiving the data in the form of a table or something. Is it possible?
See, you can convert this data into table. Okay, so that demo only I have with Kinesis Analytics. See, right now I'm simply reading it. I am generating in that format of JSON and simply reading it and saving, not actually saving it also. But if I want, I can use Kinesis Data Firehose, convert this into a CSV or tabular format and save it back and create tables over that also. So that is possible, but we might have to change our code slightly.
Right.
This demo that we are seeing right now, it's just simply sending the records and receiving the records as it is. And again, reminding you, the code is Python code, but it is the channel that we are learning in this classes. That it is the channel that we are learning. The channel is Amazon Kinesis. That how it works, that we are learning. Yes, if you have any more questions. Okay, if you have no questions, then what you have to do is just, if you stop your sending records, so just press Control C here. This will interrupt your code just to, terminate this code. As I mentioned that we have an infinite loop. This is going to run forever until unless you interrupt this. Just press Control C here. And then the other PowerShell will also get a pause, not completely stopped. As you can see, now it's not getting any record from the sender. That's why records are not moving ahead. And here, if you see, this is my complete record order items. Okay, read order. It's reading this order. It has customer ID, seller ID, order ID, some randomly generated. Then we have order items. It picked up quite a few order items. Okay, might not every order has picked up same number of items. So just I'm showing you that how this random order was generated. So we have product name, product code, and quantity. Everything is coming up randomly, and product price. Okay, and now we have one more order like dental floss or something like that, and some random orders we have picked it here. And as you can see, this is my getter window. Because sender has stopped sending the records, I am not getting any updates here. But do remember, this is code is still running. It's just not getting data, but your code is still in running mode. So if you're using on-demand capacity of Kinesis, remember you are still using the on-demand units of Kinesis. So to stop this, press Control C here also. And once your demo is done, I will highly suggest you to delete this Kinesis data streams because it's going to charge you some small amounts every hour. So please go ahead and delete this, and please try it out also, because for 1 or 2 hours you're not going to pay more than 30 or 40 rupees. That is, I think, bearable. But once you are done, please go ahead and delete this. It's easy to delete. Just press delete here. Now let's see code of get also, get main. So this is my code for getting the records from my Kinesis. Basically, I'm simply, if you see this code, again, some logging formatter I have used. It again, it's completely optional part. Okay, no need to define this. I have defined main method. Okay, in this I am saying started record consumer, starting get record from consumer, defining my stream name as the first argument, defining my client for my Kinesis, and then I am fetching the shard IDs and shard iterators. Shard iterators I will fetch first. Okay, so for this I am saying list shards. So this is going to list the shards. Like for now we had only one shard in our stream, but if we have more shards in our stream, reminding you again, Kinesis stream is a logical grouping of shards, and shard is a compute capacity that is defining the your Kinesis data stream's total capacity. So we just use one shard, but if you have more than one shard, then it's like that. So we have first listed our shards. That means we are saying how many shards we have from the stream name that we are passing using the argument. Like from the argument list, we are going to get the stream name, and we are going to pass into this list shards. This list shard is going to give us a list of the shards. Okay. And from the shard response, where we are getting the list shard response, I am checking if it has shards. Okay, this boolean, it's actually basically I'm converting the response into boolean. If we have some result here, if we have some shard listed there, this has more is going to be true only. So maybe I can show it to you. So actually we have started from here. So we are getting the shard record in true words, and then yeah, and then we are saying fetching shards and iterators, but yeah, it's true. This is the thing. Okay, that has more is printing true because we have our shard there. Okay, it means the shard stream name that we have passed is having some shards, and then I'm saying a while loop. Basically, I'm running an infinite while loop because this has more is always going to be true because we do have a shard there. Okay, just remember we do have the shard there. That's why this has more is always going to be true. Then in that shard we are checking if we just from the shard response we are just getting the shard ID. Once we get the shard ID, we get the iterator, and we pass the stream name, shard ID, and trim horizon means it is like from which point you would like to read your records. You might read the latest records, but we are using trim horizon. That means all the records that we have present in our stream, I want to read those. So if you remember, or if you have noticed, when I started my get main project, get main code, it read all the record that it has previously also in the stream. This is means trim horizon. That means read the stream from the starting point. I could also pass latest. That means only the records that which you get after starting a code, those you will get it. Okay. If you have like once we get this once we get our shard iterator, that means once we verify that we have some records in our shard, okay, or I should in our consistent stream. If we have some records there, we are going to get the iterator response, and from this we are going to iterate it over again and again until we have next token available in our list shards. So when we list shards, we get a token also, okay. And if this token is available in the shard response, that means we have, it says we have some more records and it's going to read again your records. So basically this code is just saying list the shards in your streams, get the shard iterator, and until unless you see some records, keep reading those records. Okay, and it's an infinite loop. We are never going to come out of this loop because shard ID is always going to be true. We are never coming out of this loop, and it's going to execute until unless we are not going to terminate this manually. And when we get records in the stream, that record is going to be captured or fetched into this shard. And just remember, when we fetch this record, it's get deleted from the kinesis. So this means when I use my producer, when I use this producer to send the record to my stream, it gets stored on the memory of my kinesis data stream. Okay, it gets stored there for 24 hours. Again, the same point, when I started my get main.py, it readed the previous records. Okay, if you run this code today and after 24 hours, if you use stream, if you run the get main.py, you won't get any records because by default the storage time on the kinesis data stream is 24 hours. This means the records that were there on the stream got deleted after 24 hours because no consumer were available to read those things. And also when a consumer reads those records, it removes the records from the kinesis data stream's memory. So that is the reason when I stopped sending the records from my producer, it got my get main code also got paused there. It got paused because all the record it has read it and deleted also from the kinesis data stream, and simply it was waiting for the next records. Okay, so this is how kinesis data streams work. A producer sends a record, kinesis data streams transmits those records from one place to another place. Kinesis consumers get those records and read those records. Producers can be on any machine. It can be any programming language. Same way goes for your get records. Kinesis data streams by default store records for 24 hours and maximum is 7 days. If you enhance the limit, you are going to pay a bit more for the memory consumptions. So this is all from kinesis data streams. If you have any questions, any doubts, please do ask me because this topic, I know it's a bit confusing topic. Okay, so if you have any questions, please do ask me.
Jalaj, could you please explain five points today's topic, what we have done initially and where we are seeing? I would like to see the who is the producer. I did not see the producer details in the script. Are we using token? Are we using URL?
No, if you see this, see, this is my producer code. Okay, that I shown you. That we are creating some random orders from using the order generator.py. We have some list and dictionaries defined here, and we just simply create random orders. Okay.
Okay.
Now your question is that how are we connecting this code to our kinesis data stream? Is it?
All right. Yeah.
Yeah. So we are actually not passing any URL or something like that. When I said AWS configure here, if you remember that part, I use some access keys and secret keys of a user. and that user was an administrator user of my account.
Okay.
So that user has all the controls over my AWS account, and I can do whatever I want from this PowerShell also.
Got it.
So
Okay.
I no need of using any URL or any credential passing. Once I configure my PowerShell, it is also configured with my account, and anything that I have in my AWS account, I can use this. So maybe right now I have used my Kinesis things, okay? And see, in this code, I'm saying my stream name, okay? I'm creating a client for this. I'm saying my stream name, and I'm using a put record API. This is a put record. You can go and check it on the Bodo 3 page how it works. And then the connection, the credentials, the authentication is done with the help of my user credentials, not with the Kinesis credentials. So if you see, like Kinesis, I did. If I say AWS S3 LS, it lists all of my buckets. If I say AWS S3 LS, AWS data engineer -may, okay, it's going to list all of my data that is present in this bucket. So right now the PowerShell that I'm using is completely connected to my AWS account. I can do any activity that I can do from my console. And obviously, like right now, I have used AWS configure. Might be in a real time, your authentication might vary slightly. You might use AWS configure only. You might use some users only, or you might use some different way of authentication also. So yeah, that might change. But for now, we have used this command called AWS configure. This is the command that I have used right now. And see, actually, you guys have never noticed, if you go inside the AWS accounts, you have a little sign here that is a cloud shell. So this is actually also starting a PowerShell for you in the cloud. And here you do not no need to provide any authentication because we are already authenticated with the user that we have here. Okay. But when we try to authenticate the PowerShell of our local machines or of our local computers, we might have to authenticate that with the AWS configure. So if I again say AWS S3LS here, I am seeing the same result here because here my account is by default configured. But on my local PowerShell, I had to configure it manually. And this also shows you that you can go ahead and create PowerShell scripts to automate some things in your account. Okay. Maybe creation of the bucket, maybe deletion of the bucket, maybe movement of the data, maybe creation of the glue job or uploading of the scripts of the glue jobs, or uploading of the data. That all options you can actually go ahead and do from the Cloud Shell also or PowerShell also. Yes, if we have more questions, please take your time. I'm going to wait for today for minutes because I know it's a bit confusing topic. Again, I'm repeating this, and meanwhile, I'm going to transfer these codes also. If you have any questions that you can think of, you can let me know. You will need get main, you will need main and auto generator.
Jalas, can you put all the scripts on the chat? Skype?
Again, please.
Can I have all the scripts in the Skype?
I have already provided some 3 scripts. You will need get main, and auto generator. These 3 only need.
Oh, okay. Got it. Thank you. I did not see that message.
No worries.
So what is the next topic, Jalas?
It's again kinesis, but it's with the firewalls and the analytics. Like right now, today we just seen sending and receiving records. But I don't know if you or Bhaskar asked that how we can modify these records and do some activity on these records. Those part we actually going to see in the Monday class.
So this currency streaming only for video and text messages, right? Not for document
No, actually you can
like
send
database files.
No, any data you can send actually.
Oh, okay.
See, again, I'm repeating, if you understand its use cases in the industry, if you understand which industries might use a kinesis data stream, then it's going to help you a bit more. So in one of the good examples I can say you is aircraft industries. Okay, these guys actually use kinesis. Like I had an interview with Boeing, and those were more from the kinesis only. Okay, because they have aircraft and they want to send the live data from their aircraft. Like they have some like airplanes have a lot of more than thousands of sensors, and those generate some data. That data they want to capture in real time. If they say some issues in some machines, then they might go ahead and instruct the pilot as early as possible, and we can stop some disasters also. Okay, if I give some different example, then it could be a credit card transactions. Like nowadays, Visa, MasterCard, these big giants, and some banks also track the credit card transactions. Not in the sense of what users are purchasing. I mean, they might be doing that also, but mostly in the sense of securities. And if they see that somebody's like trying to make 1,000 transactions in a minute, that means they understand that this credit card is kind of corrupted, or it's compromised information is having on this credit card, and they might block this credit card and might inform the persons like that. So if you understand the industries that might use the live data transaction, then it will be more helpful.
Okay, but actually mostly people will use EMR or a glue based,
Yeah,
right?
that is your batch processing. Yeah, that's a very generic thing. So you can say most of the projects are still on the glue and the red shifts.
Got it. Great, Jalas. Thank you so much for the wonderful topics.
Thank